because Stockholm is notoriously like one of the most expensive cities in Europe, doesn't mean you can't do it on a budget.
What's up, P-Nation? This is our last day in Stockholm, and we're going to share with you how expensive the city is, because we're getting a lot of questions like, how are you affording to go here? Is it really expensive or is it really cheap? And no one really knows the answer to that.
We're going to show you. Okay, so the currency conversion between US dollars and the Swedish krona, or SEK, I think it's actually called krona, is about 1 to less than 10. So we've been using kind of the conversion rate of 1 to 10. So $1 is 9.40. 5 US dollars is just under 50. 10 US dollars is just under 100. We're currently paying 75 US dollars per night. So that's 704 krona. Let's talk about accommodation. So Stockholm is massive. You can stay on multiple different islands, multiple different neighborhoods. Each one's a little bit different. So we stayed in one right next to the port on the, if you're looking at the map, on the right side. And it's costing us $75 a night. And that's pretty good for Scandinavian prices. You know, we can fit 3 people in there. It's got its own kitchen, its own bathroom. It's in a great location, right next to the subway. It's absolutely perfect. But I'm sure you can get less expensive accommodation farther out of the city. But if you're trying to stay like right downtown, it could get pretty pricey. Okay, so this is what $75 a night in Stockholm will get you. Little kitchen equipped with everything you need. Small dining space, perfect bed, living area, and an adorable little porch.
Okay, so we made it to breakfast, and we made it to this little cafe. It has street seating, it's really nice outside, and we're going to show you what they have.
Okay, so we're trying out some Swedish treats. First we have, it's called a Biskby, and it looks just like a cookie, and it's, supposedly there's cream inside. This was, I think, $2, which is like 20 SEK. And then we have a famous Swedish cinnamon roll. But this one isn't really like cinnamon. It's got bergamot on top, and they're just so beautiful. They're like ribbons of dough formed together to make this delicious Danish. It is so cute. We knew it was gonna be good. It's chocolate, it's cookie, it's gonna be good. This is 10 times better than I thought it was gonna be. It's like an egg white cookie. So it's really, really soft, but crunchy on the outside, like crisp. And then it's got this like super thick custard almost. And then a serious coating of dark chocolate. Put that all together. That is so delicious. Bergamot and like maybe like coriander. It's kind of like a chai latte, but in like pastry form. It is so good.
Breakfast was delightful, and now we are about to take a bus across the city, and now we're moving on to transportation.
Yeah.
So in the city of Stockholm, I mean, you can take an Uber, you can take taxis, but public transportation is really your best friend because they have this thing called the,
It's like a 72-hour tourist pass. And we're here for 72 hours, exactly.
So it was perfect for us, but it's $27 a person, which kind of sounds like a lot, but you get access to all the buses, all the subways, all the trains, and ferries. So you get to go across the water, and instead of paying a lot of money for that cruise that you wanted to take and like be on the water and like see all the things, you can just like get on the ferry. Yeah, and it's all included in your card. It was a little warm on that bus, and so now we are taking the subway thanks to our card. We can do whatever we want.
Thanks, Access Card. In most big cities, they have a whole mall underneath their subway station.
Okay, so now we just made it in the grocery store in the mall in the bottom of the subway, and we're gonna show you some grocery store prices like we always do. A package of Oreos costs 23. Raspberries are 29. Water is safe to drink here, however, if you want to get Pellegrino, it is 13. A can of Coke is 10. A bag of Lay's will cost you 24. A bag of peanuts will cost you 25. A Cliff Bar will cost you $25. A package of 2 Snickers will cost you $12. Ben & Jerry's will cost you between $58 and $65. A large container of hummus will cost you $30. And a large loaf of bread to go with your hummus will cost you $15. These are my favorite cinnamon rolls. They cost $25. Definitely getting some of these. These are the same pastries we had earlier, but they're in a 6-pack. $27. And a large pack of crackers will cost you $16. But if you want to get the traditional crackers, a large, huge, gigantic pack will cost you $28. And all that shopping has made us very hungry, so now we're heading to the surface to find some food trucks. Okay, so we're on the mission for food trucks and to have lunch, but we found
the people. They must all just take off summer months and just come to the beach
it's
every day.
the middle of the day on a Wednesday in the middle of the week, and
everyone's here.
Everyone is at the beach.
All of Stockholm.
I am this is amazing right now. I know that most people are gonna come here in the winter, but we are here in July, so it's very warm. Today it's 80 degrees. It's probably why a lot of people are here. But instead of finding food trucks, we found people.
On to food. Like we've been saying, everything's a bit more expensive here in Sweden. So it's kind of difficult to feed yourself for anything less than like 10 US dollars. But these cones of fish and chips cost 75 SEK, and that's about $7.50. It's a good deal. If you're situated in the Old Town, where most of the tourists really are, and for good reason, because it's awesome down there, you could probably find dinner for like 15 to 20. That's what we were seeing price-wise. 15 to 20 US dollars, so that's like 150 to 200 plus some SEK.
Okay, and we have just been transported from the waterfront to the Old Town via subway, and now we're going to talk about
attractions!
So I'm not going to say that Stockholm is super cheap, it's because it's not. It's expensive. Most things cost a lot of money to see.
We've been saying that.
There are some free rooms in the palace you can see, and there are some free museums. Apparently there's 8 that the Stockholm City website says are museums, and apparently there's 12 on other websites that they say are also free. So it just depends. But there's a lot of free stuff to do. Obviously if you come in the winter, museums are more inside, you know, to be outside on the water.
Crowded,
yeah, well, yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for. I know you guys are like, oh, museums. There are other things to do here, like you can take a boat tour and look at the architecture. The city's over 700 years old. And then also on the other side of this island that we're on now, we're looking at an amusement park.
Tivoli.
Tivoli Amusement Park is definitely an option that will not be your cheapest option if you're trying to be here on a budget, but it's definitely fun to do if you're with children.
Something else you can do is taking walking tours, which is a great way to see the city. Some of them are free. We joined a free one. You just walk up, they're doing it, you join the crowd. Or you can take paid ones. You can find ones on Airbnb's website. And we even saw a ghost walking tour, which I think would be so much fun.
So much fun.
In addition to attractions, there are plenty of churches around Stockholm. They're about $3 to $7, depending on which one you want to go in. But they are all very beautiful. Like this one has dragons on the spire. So much fun. So if we're talking about one whole day in Stockholm for 2 people, you know, the average comes to like something around $155, and that's for 2 people. That's for your Airbnb, your attractions, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and transportation. So what we're trying to say here is just because Stockholm is notoriously like one of the most expensive cities in Europe doesn't mean you can't do it on a budget. 2 people, $155 a day isn't breaking the bank if you're only here for a few days.
And that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you have a better sense of how expensive the city is when you come visit Stockholm.
Yeah, it's been a great day. In addition to attractions, there are
And that about wraps it up.